Hello, I want to show you an instrument that I sort of invented, in spite of there is another one online that has a very similar instrument. The only difference is that it has double string here. I put a double string on the E, so it is on the D. D, G, B, E. D, G, B, E. So, what have I called this instrument? I gave it a lot of thought and I came up with Baruktar. It's a little bit longer than guitar, but shorter than baritone ukulele. That sometimes is called bari. So I put the bari, the bar, the uke or ukulele, and the tar, which is the ending of guitar. Why? Because it's smaller than a guitar that has 6 courses. You can see 6 courses and a longer scale and a bigger body, but it's quite bigger than a baritone ukulele that has 4 courses, same tuning. Guitar has the same tuning on the first 4 strings, but it's a significantly smaller body and smaller scale. That means that this instrument, more or less, give or take, sits in the middle between a guitar and a ukulele. As a touch of the sweetness and softness of sound of the ukulele, when it comes to this, the tension of the strings plays a role. I decided to put not hard tension, extra hard tension, but just hard tension strings. It might sound better because this is a new strings, fresh strings. So how about the settle strings? And what have I done? I bought 2 extra E, one to play the D and one to play the E. It's not consistent tension because you cannot buy single strings according to tension. This is a regular tension. I should have bought 2 other set of strings. It would have cost me too much. So I make do with what I can have. On the guitar, first only the first 4 strings to compare. Sounds not very I haven't tuned it. It's always the G that causes problem. Okay. Can you feel the difference? And if I use all of them, it is, I would guess it's a little bit closer to a ukulele, but that's what I hear. That's extremely soft. Why don't you love me like you used to do? How can you treat me like a woman I should? My health career, my eyes still blue. Take into account that this is 2 double strings. Why don't you love me like you used to do? How come you treat me like a woman I should? Oh, pros and cons. Cons, this is a 3/4 guitar, and the distance between the strings a little bit too much. It's a 3/4 guitar that has 2 little strings distance for a 6 chords instrument, but too much for a 4 chords, in spite of the fact that 2 of them are. That gets worse here, but here not so much. You have to get used to it until somebody will come up with an instrument that has a narrower neck and is specifically made to be constructed to be used as a Baruktar. Okay, I think that the size is good because it's not a ukulele, because let's play so a little bit of the resonance of a guitar. Yes, it's just somewhere in the middle. Oh, why don't you love me like you used to do? How can you treat me like a woman I should? My head's curly and my eyes still blue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? I'm using only 4 strings. Does it fill a gap? Yes, I think it does. I think it has its own specific sound that is really makes sense. Makes sense. Why 2 chords, double courses? Yes, just because this is 6. You could make a 4-string, okay, instrument that sits in the middle. You don't use this extra tuning pegs, but it should be constructed in a lighter way to sound better, because this is constructed and braced for 6 strings, so it's a little bit strongly built, and to make it move, vibrate, you need extra power, and that is given by the 2 extra strings. That they give also a specific sound that you can like or not. I like a lot. I would like to have 8 double strings, and having 8 double strings, this neck width would be perfect. So it has its flows, but not the instrument, the specific instrument. So if you want to do this, don't buy other instruments that have a wider neck. That wider neck would accommodate 8 4 double courses. The problem is that as 6 tuning pegs, an instrument is not built strong enough to have 8 strings rather than 6. The specific instrument that I'm using now, obviously I have to pierce extra holes here and I used some, not this, but smaller, thinner, and I made them hot red, and it took a lot of time. Otherwise you can unglue this and make holes. It will be, if you're a luthier, it's easy. If you're not, my way, it takes more than 2 hours, a lot of patience and a lot of attention not to destroy, not to touch the top with a red hot screwdriver. I had in my mind in French tournevis, cazzavidi, cacciavite, all these languages. Okay, okay, the markers here are that of a guitar, not of a ukulele. Markers are those of a guitar. What else? The instrument is Pro Natura Silver Series Maple 3/4. It's a solid 4 pieces through stop with a golpeador visible somehow, because scratch plate. It didn't have this. I put so I think that's a quite interesting twist on the baritone ukulele. An instrument like this having 4 courses, it already exists. It's called super baritone or big baritone, but some of them have metal strings, and that I think is a far cry from the baritone ukulele, and it's the sound, it doesn't recall a ukulele. This I repeat, it's very close. You hear the sound, that's a ukulele sound. Some people say it's an abomination, an aberration. No, because a guitar has a it's a far cry from this. I repeat, people who it can have his also sense in some arrangement and in a different sound. This is an instrument I feel here. The only thing that could make you think that's a ukulele, you never hear the 5th and the 6th string. But tone-wise, volume. There is a significant it seems to have more sustain. Here, this is a ukulele. Listen how the sound is a little bit duller here. This is, and listen, the guitar. You hear from very crisp and cutting sound, something in the middle, to something that sounds almost dull. To have the same sound on a guitar, you should Anyway, this is a flamenco guitar. There's a slight difference, but this is only one tuned with same tuning. Other guitars I have are detuned lower, so I won't. But the difference is not huge. So I strongly recommend, if you are adventurous, it will not cost you a lot. You need to buy this. It's 160 now. I paid a little less because I bought it some years ago. And you need to pierce holes, and this is very easy to cut new notches. And the instrument, and buy 2 single strings, E to E, this cantino. So that's my video where I'd be honored to see other people follow in my footsteps, so to speak. There is another video about this, but it wasn't very explicative. This video, I think, is more a little bit condescending or patronizing, but you don't know who's watching the video. But there is a lot of bullshit going on. I call the ukulele Talibans, who dislike the baritone. As you heard, I showed that baritone ukuleles sound different than a guitar. Baritone ukuleles sound different than guitars. They perfectly sit in the belong to the ukulele family, much more than bass ukulele. I love baritone ukuleles. I like guitars for other reasons, obviously, because they do different things. But this instrument, some people say the best of both worlds. I don't know, but it surely makes sense. And what doesn't make sense is telling people that baritone ukulele is an abomination, and there are still idiots and jerks everywhere, because ukuleles are not a religion, and you should use a pinch of salt, and you should use your brain when you write things and when you say things. But when I say Italian, there's an Italian ukulele band called Yukos in Fabula, where they made a didactic, or we call didactic in Italian, a video where they teach, they are supposedly explaining ukulele sizes without having a baritone ukulele, And I think this person never had and never played a baritone ukulele. Said that, okay, it's you like guitar, why don't you play a guitar? I don't play a guitar because it's not only the tuning that is important. It's the fucking bloody sound. And the sound of a ukulele is different from this. Even an idiot would understand that this is. I don't say that he's an idiot, or say that for some reason that I don't know, he doesn't want people to buy baritone ukuleles. Explain us why you don't want people to buy baritone ukuleles, or explain us, you Italians, I live in Italy, why you hate baritone ukuleles. Because you want to play an instrument that sounds different from a guitar. It sounds different. Maybe it's not enough for you, but it's enough for me. So we have 3 instruments that are tuned the same way, except the guitar has 2 extra strings. One has double courses, the first and the fourth, and the other one doesn't have. Which one do I prefer? Tell you the truth, my heart goes to this. It's like fast. That because of the neck. If I had a narrowed neck, maybe, but it's fast. And as the ukulele, this usually is a better sound. These strings are old. They always say Aquila here. I don't like Aquila, so I'm going to buy a set of strings for guitar, and I use the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. There is a half a tone of difference, but anyway. I don't buy online unless I'm buying something from Thomann. I'm going to ask other stores or shops. I think I made my point about the Baruktar. I think it's really sticks to your mind. Baruktar. I took into account all the other options, and none of them sounded pronounceable and or other were easy to pronounce but didn't give the idea. Baritone ukulele guitar is perfect. Baruktar. So last time I'll show you. Sorry if I speak a lot, but then other people, I don't want other people to ask me things. Everything is in here. Everything I had to say is in this video. So you don't need, if you want to ask me something, but usually it's not that I don't want to ask you. I want the video to be informative, so much that you don't need any extra information, okay? And that I bought from Thomann, and you can see. I can tell you that is one inches 9, 1 inch 9, 4.5 centimeters. It's a 3/4 guitar, So I can't tell you how long it is, but more or less all have the same scale. The other are just regular scale. Ukulele, a regular standard scale. Guitar, this is a flamenco guitar, but it has a guitar sound. Okay? Strings are not even flamenco strings, so that's all, folks. I think I made my point, and let me know if you tried the same and if you liked. Goodbye.